So I'll just have a little look at my single seed potato. Very close chits on that top bit. They were separate, but now as they're getting bigger, they're growing together. So that's just going to be that one there, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. So that's going to be a big one. I might have to see if I can take cuttings from that as it grows. So if I've got 5 separate ones and that big one there, I mean sorry, 4 separate ones and that big one, if I can get 6 plants, I'll be happy with that. And I'll quickly show you around the garden, see what's flowering and stuff, see what's happening. Got primrose starting to come out, daffs. This ribes sanguineum's going to flower quite soon. Puts the flowers out before the leaves. There's some more daffs, peony. I'm not actually too sure what this one is. I've got more alliums and daffs there. Wigelia, which I cut right back harsh because it wasn't really good shape or anything. Got some hellebores just coming out. I've got quite a few seedlings down here from the hellebores. Achillea or yarrow. Got some more alliums at the back there, Heuchera digitalis, foxgloves, some echinops. There's some daffs there, and underneath there's some crocosmia, more Achillea, daffs, and a nice big pyracantha. Got to trim back a little bit. I do need to put some training wires across here to hold these branches back like I've done on this side here, because at the moment they're flapping around a bit. I've got a Japanese anemone in the corner, and the big hollyhock what was here, I've removed it because it was just too big and tall for the front part of the garden. It was self-set, so I'll just let it stay there for the time being. So this is a cistus, a broom. It will be flowering fairly soon. Under here is dicentra, which is a bleeding heart. And there's a dahlia under here. Michaelmas daisies have trimmed back a bit. They're starting to spread, so I've dug some of those out. I've dug out the homeocralis daylily and divided it up into 3 bits. So there's a couple of, so 1 bit at the allotment, 1 bit here, and I'm going to give 1 bit to a customer. I've got this penstemon here, and it's just got some new shoots just down at the bottom, but I'm not going to trim it back yet. If we get some more cold, that might kill it. Got a little fuchsia, crocuses, and the echinacea is just starting to put out a little red shoot there. I've got some verbena bonariensis from last year, some aquilegias. These are oxide daisies, more alliums. Got some forget-me-nots down here and some muscari, bluebells. Daffodils just coming out now, looking quite nice. And more daffs, another foxglove down here. I think these antirrhinums, the snapdragons, probably gone now. They're a bit cold, and I chopped them back just before another spell of cold, so I don't think they're going to survive. Some tulips here by the looks of it coming through. Some yellow poppies, a cornflower which is Centuria nigra, and the forsythia is just starting to flower now, looking good. And got a honeysuckle here, got the hibiscus, and the buddea which I've chopped right back, and another hibiscus over there. So it's quite sunny now. Quickly showing the greenhouse. I've got a few more pots along here which are all going to get moved, and I'm going to put some potatoes and carrots and stuff along here at some point. So I've actually got the door open and the window open today, it's that warm in here. So I've got soft neck garlic. This is Germidor. These 3 were Germidor, this one was an old one from last year of my own, which didn't actually divide up. So they're all doing okay in here. I'm probably going to put them in the gaps at the allotment where the other 4 softnecks died. I've got my potatoes coming through here, okay. I've done my peas in the gutter the other day and just got some long little cloches on there to keep the moisture in a bit. I've got some broccoli which I had to repot because that sieve milk will grow compost what I used was absolutely terrible. Everything that I planted in it germinated really well, but then it all just died. And I've got some Tuscan kale germinating today, and broccoli there. I think that one's, it's either Brendan or, oh, I can't remember what the other one was called. But some under there germinating okay. The leeks in here, I had to repot them today because they were in that horrible soil. And oh yeah, it was just terrible basically. They were sat there for about a week not doing anything, and all my cauliflowers all died. So under here I've got some carrot seeds germinating. The middle row so far has only got 1 come up. We'll have a little look, see what they are. So I've got Nance 2 nearest, Nance 5 in the middle, and Chantilly Red Cord 2 at far side. Sowed these as thin as I could, but it looks like I might have to re-sow that middle row if it doesn't come up in the next few days. I've just been up to the allotment and sowed some carrots. I've got some, I think, spinach, greyhound cabbage, my onions, which are in that horrible miracle grow. Haven't really done a lot, but I am starting to get some germinating now in the other cells. I've got some more greyhound cabbage here, the ramrod spring onions, asparagus. Ones that have died down, I'm hoping they're going to shoot up again soon. I've got plenty of lettuce sowed on, some more greyhound cabbage here, some wildflowers along here, some more lettuce, some little wildflowers in here which I'm going to prick out, but the soil's a little bit damp in there, so it's difficult to get them out at the moment. We have the leeks, which when I went to water them, the end of the, like the rose fell off the watering can, just gouged a massive ravine straight through the middle there. So these were the onions what didn't do very well, I think. Oh no, actually they were the better ones which I just destroyed. I've got a little bit of spinach here, the Amelia F1 seed what I bought, what didn't germinate last year. I put loads in this year, only one's germinated, so I've sown a lot more of that. A couple more, I think that's, I've not even labelled that one, I think that's rhubarb chard. Yeah, he says. So I've got 2 25 bags of worm castings here. One of these is going to go in the potatoes at the allotment for the single seed challenge. And there's the other homeochralis just in there in that pot. The greyhound cabbage in here, after that last cold spell, the heart started to go mouldy, so I harvested 4 of them yesterday and yet just the leaves. These ones are doing okay here. The beans at the back, for some reason they all seem to be flopping over everywhere and not doing very well. Give them a bit of water earlier because they're a bit dry. I'm going to plant some more carrots in there soon, just need to take that out and mix it up with some coir. So yeah, it's a quick garden and greenhouse update. I'll go up to the allotment in a minute and plant, well, sorry, I'll plant some carrots already up there, but I'll put the video on the end after this one. So I'm just about to plant some carrots and I'm going to do it in between the garlic rows. So I've just done 4 not very straight rows there in between the garlic, which I hope you can see. And I've got a few different varieties. So I've got some Chantilly Red Cord 2, a German variety called Vermicompost 2, some Nance 2, some Amsterdam Solo 2. Sorry, you can't see, can you? And so Alton King, Chantilly, German ones, Nance 2, and Amsterdam. So I'll start off with these are the new carrots. In fact, actually, I'll get rid of the old ones first and we'll just bang them all in, see what's going on. So I'll bring you back in a minute when I'm done. What I've done first, so I drilled 4 little drills and I've watered each one at the bottom there. So I'm going to put the seeds in, I'm going to sow them quite thickly. So I'm not too sure. You know, there's quite thick mulch here, so hopefully they'll come up through that. I should do. It's quite light, and I'm even going to put some planks of wood over them as well, just to keep the moisture in for a week or two, just till they start to germinate, and then I'll take that plank off. But I'll probably check the plank each day or every couple of days, just to make sure there's no slugs hiding underneath. So I'll bring you back in a minute when I've planted some. So as you can see, I've sown the carrots, did 4 rows, and put planks over the top of them, and I'll tread on the planks to firm up the soil around these seedlings. And I'm going to leave these boards on for a week, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, and yeah, I'll keep checking every few days after a week's time, just to see if there's no slugs under there and see if there's any seedlings coming through. But yeah, quite happy with it so far. The soil is really soft. I mean, a lot of it is just sort of like composty sort of bits, but you know, some of it hasn't really composted down 100% yet, but it's really light and fluffy anyway. So I'll put about 1 inch over the seedlings. I hope they get through it okay. They should do. So the old windmill was going round well today. I'm just going to So this is what I'm going to fill up my potato planter with. Well, part of it anyway. This is Wilco's multi-purpose compost, and it says here contains 40% peat. It doesn't actually say the pH on this bag, but if you buy the smaller bags it does. The pH is 5.5 to 6, which is actually pretty much ideal for potatoes. Well, 5.5 to 7 is good. So what I'm going to do, these are 50 litres each. I've also got 2 40-litre blocks of coir, so I've got 80 litres of coir, 100 litres of multi-purpose compost, and that's going to hopefully fill this bad boy here. So what I've done is I've got some cage which I've wired together and made into a circle. Not actually connected it together yet, because I'm just umming and ahhing how big to have it, because I can make it slightly smaller or have it roughly this size. But looking at the size of it, it's 1 metre to 1.10 metre, because it's not a perfect circle in places, so it's about 1 metre average all the way around. And I'm planning on filling up to this level here with compost and putting my pots of potatoes in there. I haven't even cut the potato up yet, so I don't even know how many plants I'm going to get to put in here, but I want at least 6 plants to go in here really. So what I'm going to do, fill it halfway up to that line there with soil, so it's got plenty of, you know, area to root into. I've also put a wire cage at the bottom in case there's any rats want to try and get in and eat all the potatoes. But what I'm going to do, I've left this bit of fabric loose here, because I'm going to earth up the potatoes up to this line here. Then there'll be a little bit of a cage to stop them from flapping around, and I can always put another bit of cage on the inside just to give them an extra bit of support from the wind, because they're going to be quite elevated. Got no idea the capacity of that, but it's almost going to be, well, it's probably going to be over 1 metre squared, because it's going to be about 75 centimetres tall. But, yeah, so I'm not going to actually fill it yet, I don't think, because what else I'm going to do is pop in 220 litres of my own, maybe another 220 litres from the other Dalek, and I've got another 100 litres over there as well. So yeah, it should do the job. For compost quickly, so I did top it up with some from this first bay here. Did sieve a little bit out just to cover a bit more of a bed. I'll show you. So this now, you can see I'm there, it's at 136 degrees at the moment. Oh no, it's not, sorry, 126. So yeah, it's not got too far to go before it gets into the 130s and go thermophilic. Should be starting to kill off the weed seeds now. But yeah, so that's all looking good. So my potato planter took way more compost than I've imagined it would do. So there's 400 litres of compost in there at the moment. I'm not going to fill it anymore, so what I'm going to do is wait for my potatoes in the pots, which I haven't even cut yet, to hopefully I'll get at least 6 to go in here, and I'm going to bury them in here. And this is a mix of coir, compost with peat in, and my homemade compost, worm castings, blood fish and bone, and some potato fertiliser. So yeah, I think I've gone a bit over the top, because already, like I say, it's already got 400 litres of compost in, and it's only up to about there. I was hoping to get it filled to this line here so I could earth it up a bit more, but I'm going to put the potatoes in here at this height, earth them up to there, and then maybe, you know, a bit of grass and mulch on top. That gives a bit of cage air to give them some support, because it's elevated up quite a lot. They're going to catch a wind here because it's a really windy site. I've got a tube in the middle for watering, which has got some holes drilled all around it. So hopefully, you know, when I water it, it'll able it to get right down to the bottom, right, all just coming out the sides. So I've got no idea if that's going to do any well for potatoes, but I hope it will. We'll soon find out. Well, October we will. I didn't really think about too much about how I'm going to get them in there to plant them. What I might have to do is bend a couple of holes in the side here and get my arms through and plant them and then bend them back. Yeah, I'm quite excited really. Can't wait for my potatoes to get going and get some more chits out. I've only got about 4 or 5 on it at the moment, but I might chop it up soon, get it planted, and then if it sends up more than one shoot on each one, I'll probably rummage around in there and take cuttings from them. Someone keeps trying to bang. So yeah, I just covered up a bit more the rest of this bed, what was bare. I've just put some more compost under that yesterday. I took out the last 3 of the curly kale over there,